Yo, yo, yo. What up? What it do, man?
All good, bro. All good. How you, man?
Perfect, man. It's another day, another chance to
Yeah.
lead, to make changes. Another chance to be great, man.
Man, it's just a cool Saturday morning. So
Yeah. How you gonna do? It's been snowing for the first time this year, and I guess it's gonna be a white Christmas. So hello, guys. Hello, guys. Welcome to the second edition of the Chop It Up podcast.
chop it up.
Me, Prince Lavi, and I'm with your man, Antonio.
Straight.
Man. So, how was your week, man?
Man, it was okay. I'm not working this week, so more chilled. I traveled a bit. I went to Prague, saw a few people, and just came back. So yeah, it's okay. Okay.
That's cool.
But even before we go on, I want us to say a big thank you to the people, to all our viewers that commented on our first podcast, the suggestions and everything. We are really grateful, and hopefully you watch this one out and give us more suggestions so we can improve upon the podcast. Yeah, we are in this together. I also want to say thank you to our sponsors, the sports. You can check them out on Instagram. Skyward Event Consult, the number one event consult in Brno. You can check them out on Facebook. And also No Black, No White. That's a clothing line in Holland, Eindhoven. They are doing great work. So you can also check them up on Instagram, No Black, No White. And then you could check a few things and then make a purchase if you want to. Yeah.
Shout out to my brothers in Holland and all over Europe watching and listening to this podcast. How do you say hello in the Dutch language?
And I'm gonna try. I just ahoy or something, you know. But everything is ahoy.
So, man, a lot of things happening in the world of sports this past week. It was very interesting. The return of Mike Tyson.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The return of Mike, man. Did you? How did you see the fight? Because I saw that Mike Tyson was he wasn't the shadow of his old self. He was the man. He came like powerful. Was giving Roy Jones shots. Was giving him the body shots. The jab. He was very active. He looked like somebody who was destroyed. But he wasn't just.
You know, Mike Tyson will forever be Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson will forever be Mike Tyson. I was very impressed with his physique. Staying outside the ring for this long, I think like 15 years or so.
Yeah.
And then coming back this fit to put on such a show, man. Mike Tyson will forever be Mike Tyson. And I'm happy the younger generation that didn't get to see him fight in his prime, at least will have something to, envisage when it comes to Mike Tyson, Yeah. Well, Roy Jones, pound for pound king, he was okay, but on paper, I don't know how this ended in a draw. I'm pretty sure they just wanted to, give an opportunity for a rematch to sell more, that kind of thing too. Yeah, but man, Mike Tyson won it, and I'm glad he didn't go for the headshots. Because if you watch his fights, when he was much younger, because of his divinity self, because he's short, he comes inside, he gets like a shot to the midrib, and once you bend, he goes for the uppercut. And I was just hoping and praying that he doesn't land an uppercut already. That would have been a good night. So it didn't happen to him.
I think
it was a good night.
He did a lot of body damage.
Yeah,
He did a lot of body damage.
But Jones is going to wake up a sore, man. All over. I don't know. Are we going to talk about Nate Robinson?
Man.
All they talk about, I'm going to do it for the culture. Man, this is not how you represent the culture. You don't sleep like that, bro. Don't sleep like that.
Nate went to sleep, man. He's still sleeping, man.
How do you present the culture this way, bro?
He's still sleeping, man.
Oh my God.
Nate went to sleep, man.
I don't know funny thing, like, when he went down, right? And then the referee stopped it. It was like shaking, like he was asleep, like, wake up.
Man, honestly, before the fight, I thought that Nate was gonna do some damage to Jake Paul, because I know Jake Paul has been training. He has been doing this YouTuber versus YouTuber fight and stuff like that. But I felt like Nate was like athletic, more, you know, he was in the NBA with, you know, 6, 7 guys, 7 feet guys, you know, big, strong guys. And sometimes he was challenging for the ball, blocking the guys. And, you know, he was like the tough guy in the NBA. So I was like, this Jake guy may have bitten more than he could chew. But, you know, when it comes to boxing is not about just strength. It's a different ball game. You have to learn how to move. You have to learn how to jab. You have to learn how to do a lot of stuff. And
Exactly.
if you can't do stuff like that, man, it could cause you some troubles. And I saw that Jake was more experienced, the way he moved, the way he jabbed, the way he was patient, the way he threw his shots. And Nate was just rushing in, man. Was rushing in with his hands down, just moving to punch, and man, he got punished.
No, it's simple. Let's put it this way: boxing is a combat sport, right?
Yeah.
It's like all combat sports, right? It's a skill. It's not about strength. Example, like me, for instance, I do taekwondo, right? And I have a black belt in taekwondo. Regardless of how not fit I am, if we have a fight and you are not trained, right, or skilled in taekwondo, and we have a fight on the streets, you might kill me, right? But once you bring it to taekwondo and you are fighting with the taekwondo rules, once you have any training with that, regardless of how not fit I am or how long I have been trained, once I have a little skill, I'm kicking your ass. So that's easy. You get, unless it's a street fight. I mean, I'll be surprised if Mitch Robinson would have maybe beating up Paul if it was like maybe like a street fight, like a one-on-one, like a street fight with no rules, with like legs and hands and heads and everything, you know. But once you bring it to the ring with their rules, then you have to put all your skill, like put all your strength in a little set of skills, like dodging and throwing. You can't kick, you can't swing somewhere, you can't hammer, like you get it. So once you have to put all your strength into one little form of skill, then that puts you in a handicap situation. And I mean, it was. But if I was going to bet on the fight, then I'll bet for the Paul. I mean,
Yeah.
easy. I mean, you can see like his the second round, like what caused the knockout, right? How do you swing and not guard? Like he swung and was going in like as if he saw red, like blood. He was going for the kill, and you need your face like just a little go. I mean, even the weakest person getting you straight to the temple or to the jawline. Good night.
Yeah, man, it was very bad. It was a very bad knockout. But for boxing fans, I think they loved it because it was a good knockout for them. So it was interesting.
And I was hurt, man. I was hurt. Like you don't represent the culture this way.
And the trolling, man, the trolling.
How do you?
His Instagram, man, so much trolling. People are mean, man.
That's crazy.
The trolling was too much. Was too.
I couldn't watch the fight live because I was asleep because of the time difference for us. So I woke up and I saw the highlights. Like I saw it trending on Twitter. I was like, no way. And when I saw the video, I was like, no way. Man, he was asleep.
Good night.
It was just like a knockout. He put him to bed like good night.
And he fell on his face. He fell. Yeah. Man, it was very bad.
He knocked him out mid-air, like, so.
Man, he knocked him to 2021, man. Man, it was a big knockout, man. But shout outs to him, man. It takes a bold man to go into the ring and fight.
Jeez.
Yeah, this fight.
Combat sports. I mean, I'm sure. I don't want to sound racist or anything because I'm not racist at all. I'm sure probably he said himself like, oh yeah, I'm going to kick this white boy's ass, that's that kind of street mentality, like I'm going to kick this white boy's ass.
Yeah. But man, it's a different, because the guy has been training. The guy has really been taking boxing serious. So you can't just go in and think you are strong and blah, 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 or you're older. But the guy is also very young.
He owns that health.
Man, 23 years, man. He's very young and very explosive. and I'm looking forward to the next fight between the stars. Maybe who would you like to see? Let's say maybe I would like to see. I would like to see 50 Cent fight.
Oh. Who would you want 50 with?
50 Cent. 50 Cent.
Obviously not Mayweather, because I know they have a little beef, but obviously not
Mayweather. Yeah, but 50 Cent is bigger. 50 Cent is bigger.
No.
I think maybe 50 Cent with maybe Deontay Wilder.
You want to kill 50 Cent?
Okay, let's bring another star. No way. Okay, let's put Deontay Wilder out. Let's choose another star. Another maybe.
It shouldn't be like top tier boxing, please. No.
Okay, let's say 50 Cent, LeBron James.
That would be a good one. I mean, I don't know who has skills with boxing or fighting or anything, but that would be a match. I mean, for the fans, that would sell a lot. That would sell.
Yeah.
What about Ron Artest?
Who?
He's the fighter in basketball. So put him with Jake Paul.
They're talking about that. And who knows? Because everyone right now wants to fight with Jake Paul. But, it's easier said than done. People are just calling the guy out. But really, the implications of losing to Jake Paul is not good, man. Because you're gonna have a lot of trolls, and you will be remembered for being knocked out by.
I think Shaq lost to Sugar Ray or something, but it wasn't the knockout. Like they went the full rounds. I think it was an 8th rounder or something, and then I think Sugar Ray Leonard won or something like that. I don't remember too much, but I think but I know Shaq fought against a very small boxer and he lost though. Don't think you are big and everything. Once it's got tough, don't try.
Yeah, boxing is a different ball game.
Different.
It's a different. And this past weekend there was a British heavyweight clash against Daniel Dubois and Joe Joyce. Daniel Dubois is like a 23-year-old upcoming British boxer who has knocked out a lot of heavyweight boxers, and he's like one of the rising stars. He's ranked third by the WBO, and against Usyk, and this fight against Joe Joyce, who is 35-year-old, former silver medalist in the Olympics for Great Britain, was a clash people were looking out for, and I personally thought Dubois would win because Dubois is very explosive. His punches are crisp. He's very mighty. His punches are, man, you can hear the punches. It sounds like a drum. You feel it, and unfortunately he lost. He had to kneel down in the 10th round because his eyes were closed, and according to reports, he has broken the orbital bones in his eye, and we'll see, and damaged some nerve due to that. And many people are saying he quit and stuff like that. But it was a good fight for Joe Joyce because many people underrated Joe Joyce. Many people thought Dubois would win, but he went against Joe Joyce with Dubois with full confidence. He was giving him jabs. He was taking a lot of big punches over the rounds, and he won. He won at the end of the day, and he's going up to bigger things. And who knows? Maybe he will fight against Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk or Tyson Fury. Who do you think is better, Joshua or Tyson Fury?
That's a good question. I mean, Tyson. Now I have to use Tyson Fury.
Why?
Now I think I think Anthony Joshua is a more refined boxer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's more refined with the skills and everything. He's more clear cut. You can see what he's trying to do in the ring and everything. You know, with his jabs, how like he moves, his leg work and everything, his speed. You know, his strength, his physique. He looks a more refined boxer. But Tyson Fury is just like brute force. Like he's coming at you with this big body, like, you know, throwing punches and, you know, not blocking much and all. But I don't know. In a fight, who's gonna win? Well, like your question was, who is the better boxer?
Yeah, who is
Anthony
the
Joshua. Anthony Joshua. A fight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, who's gonna win?
Mm-hmm.
I won't bet against Tyson Fury. Though I won't bet against Tyson Fury.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that guy woke up after getting knocked down by Deontay Wilder. And everybody thought it was it. He came back to win the round. Are you joking?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, I won't bet against Tyson Fury though.
Mm-hmm.
But who is the better boxer? Who is more appealing to watch fights? Anthony Joshua.
Yeah, I think Tyson Fury is the better boxer. I think he's all round. He's very strong. He's very strong, especially mentally. Yeah, because he had a lot of ups and downs in the past. You know, gaining weight and almost killing himself and stuff like that. Then he came back from that and winning Deontay Wilder. You know, I think Joshua is also very good. However, if they fight, I think Joshua will win. Just the fact that Joshua is a learning boxer. He's someone who evolves. You know, he learns all the time. Against his fight against Ruiz, he lost in the first one, and in the second one, he was able to I saw that he was able to change his style. You can see that his styles, he's able to learn, evolve. But you could see that Deontay Wilder hasn't changed his style. He's still the one punch knockout artist, and the ability for Joshua to do that it's very remarkable of a heavyweight boxer. So I think Joshua has the heart. You saw the match against Klitschko. He got up and after the knockdown, he got up and knocked out Klitschko in the 11th round. And I think Joshua could win, but you never count Tyson Fury out. You should never.
No. At your own peril, you don't. You should at your own peril. Do that at your own peril, you don't.
He could win Joshua for sure. There's a percentage I could give him like a.
Who do you think the betting odds will go against?
I think the betting will go against
Joshua. Yeah, because I mean he's coming from Fury's coming from knocking out or stopping Wilder.
He beat him up
pound for pound king. Yeah. So
he beat him up.
The Gypsy King. He's a different animal. Different animal.
It's so mighty mentally. And today there's another fight, Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia. Errol Spence was involved in a car accident a few months ago, yeah. And today is his first fight back, and it's gonna be crazy because he had a lot of injuries to his body after the accident, and people were suggesting that as a tune-up fight, you know, after coming back from an accident, you should find an easier fight. But Danny Garcia is one of the tough guys in that division, and we will see how it goes tonight. Who do you choose, Errol or Garcia? Who do you think will win?
I would.
Errol hasn't lost.
You know, just for goodwill and good feel, I would want Spencer to win because you're having to overcome what you have to overcome to get here. But my mind is on Garcia.
Garcia can do some damage.
He should win this because, you know, Spencer hasn't fought in a while after his injuries. So, I mean, Garcia is more fit. I mean, has a lot more time to train for this. So, I don't know. Let's see. It would be a good fight. I'm going to stay up and watch it. At the time zone, it's not too bad for me. So, I'll stay up and watch it. But I don't know. My money, my money will be on Garcia, but my heart and my my goodwill feel would be with Spencer, just for the good feel.
Yeah, we will see. We will see. And man, let's go to the NBA, man. Westbrook moved to the Washington Wizards. There was a trade, and John Wall going to Houston, and also DeMarcus Cousins also going to Houston.
Yeah, you know.
What do you think?
With the John Wall Westbrook thing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you're being very analytical with it,
who won the trade? The Wizards or the Rockets?
Oh, Wizards, of course. Wizards won the trade, without a shadow of doubt. Westbrook is MVP. He has averaged a triple double for 3 seasons. He's a perennial All-Star. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
John Wall hasn't been MVP. John Wall is coming from a 2-year injury. John Wall doesn't have stats like Westbrook. John Wall is freaking explosive, but Westbrook is more explosive. John Wall has better shooting, I think, better shooting percentage and all of that. Probably better handles. But John Wall is like Westbrook is like a John Wall 2.0, like an upgrade of a John Wall. Houston had added, I think, a first-round draft pick to Westbrook for John Wall, and that's crazy. John Wall hasn't played basketball for 2 years, so doing that, Westbrook is fit. In trading for that, I mean, he wasn't happy at Houston, so yeah, it made sense to trade him. And getting John Wall back, it's not a bad trade. But if I just on paper, John Wall Westbrook, who has had a better career up to now, it's Westbrook.
Yeah, sure.
Who hasn't played basketball for a while? It's John Wall.
Yeah.
So obviously, Westbrook had a better deal.
Yeah, and John Wall had like a lot of injury problems, and I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know if he will be able to play for the Rockets for long this season because he has been out for almost 2 years.
For now, he's fit. I was seeing video clips of him and Kevin Durant play like pickup games, and he was looking good. He was looking like old John Wall. But there is nothing like NBA games. You can do all the pickup games you want. You can feel fit and all. But when it's time for the real actual game and the game speed is different. So, fingers crossed for John Wall. I like John Wall personally. So I want him to come back stronger. I want him to come back fit. I want him to have a good season. Because, man, we have been robbed of John Wall for 2 years. How long are we going to wait to see John Wall play basketball again? He's one of the best point guards in the game. So, I don't know. The whole thing with Bradley Beal, calling him his brother, he wanted him the chance to go one more time with John Wall and see where they could reach this season. But I know John Wall, according to reports, felt disrespected when his name came out for trade, because he was the king of Washington. Only for him to get injured and give him a chance to actually show you what he's made of, and just put his name on the block for available trades. I think it was good for both parties. Westbrook wasn't happy in Houston. John Wall wasn't happy in Wizards. So
yeah.
And I'm paying up John Wall, right, and Harden will be crazy. These are very, very ball dominant players. But then, if you take a look at what Harden did, he allowed Westbrook handle the ball sometimes and play off the ball. Because Harden can be a good shooting guard. A less shooting guard. Who has a step back more than Harden? So yeah, he could be. I'm not saying he's going to be like a spot up shooter, but I'm sure he can deflate a lot of the to John Wall to handle the ball and play the guard, and then he play like a second shooter.
Yeah, I think Harden has played with a lot of superstars in Houston, and he has been the only guy to stay. He has played with Chris Paul, Westbrook. He has played with Dwight Howard. He has played with so many stars, and it seemed not to be working for them. But now they have John Wall, they have DeMarcus Cousins, they have their team together. So let's see
PJ Tucker.
If they can push for the championship this season, because it's been they do well. They go very far. When he
pushing for the championship, it's not it. They won't, because like I mentioned, DeMarcus Cousins, he hasn't played for 2 years also. John hasn't played for 2 years also.
Yeah, so they're just
so I mean, you can't expect them to push for championship. Not this time around.
We will see. Maybe you never know.
It'll be a miracle, Yeah. Because now, best you have to hope both players, Cousins and Boogie and John Wall, stays fit. Funny thing, John Wall gets to play in red. Remember during the offseason, there was a video with him with, I think it's gangs, throwing up gang signs and stuff. He had like a red bandana, like in blood, right? So then, he gets to play with Houston, gets to wear his red. So
yeah. And I think hopefully, but with this injury stuff, like for example, a player like Danny Rose, he was injured multiple times, and he reinvented himself last 2 seasons, and last season he was very good for the teams he played on. So you never know. After injury, some people make it, some people don't. So
Derrick Rose of Chicago is not that Derrick Rose now, and we won't get that Derrick Rose back.
But he's still good.
Game and everything. He's still good. I mean, he's still a good fit, but he was MVP level in Chicago before the injuries, and I don't think we get Derrick Rose like MVP level again.
He almost quit basketball.
Yeah.
Quit, and I'm happy for him to come back. And what do you think the chances are for Washington? Because now you're getting Westbrook. Are they going to go far in the playoffs? They haven't been making the playoffs in the past seasons. So are they going to go to the playoffs in the East? Are they going to push for something? Do you see them going far?
Well, I see them making the playoffs, because if we get Bradley Beal of last season, he was a killer. So getting Westbrook, because it got to a point, right? Teams are just double teaming Bradley Beal, right? So when you have Westbrook, then the opposition defense has to also look at Westbrook, because he's a scorer also, and he's good. You can't disrespect him. You would have to keep an eye on him. So then your backcourt is super busy. You get, because you have Bradley Beal running this way, Westbrook running this way. You can't just double team Bradley Beal and leave out Westbrook. You get to, I mean, it would give them more chance to maybe push. Hopefully, they should be able to make. I want to see Bradley Beal in the playoffs. He deserves it. I want to see him in the playoffs. So hopefully, they will be able to make maybe the 8th seed. But Orlando is also there, so I don't know. It's going to be hard, but hopefully, let's see what they can do. That's what they can do.
Yeah, and LeBron James and
James,
they've signed new contracts. What does this mean? They've extended their contracts.
Just one word. Legacy.
So do you think they're going to repeat?
Legacy Los Angeles.
They're going to repeat?
This season, hands down, they are winning, right? This isn't, I mean, you can't even argue with that. This is barring any maybe catastrophic injuries for both, knock on wood. None of them going to have an injury. I mean, no player in the NBA is going to have an injury, hopefully.
Of course, it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
So hopefully there's less injuries to the Lakers camp, and if that happens, I don't see any team standing in their way. So they would win this year's ring, 2021, right? Then in 2022, they can trade. Don't be surprised if Giannis signs just like a 1+1 extension with the Bucks and opts out the second year to come join the Lakers. Because I think just yesterday he was making comments about how Kobe inspired him, how LeBron James is the best player in the league now. Even though he's MVP, he says it's nowhere near LeBron James. So I'm showing some kind of reverence. You know, Lakers brought his brother back on a two-way deal, two-way contract. You guess his brother is there. He's starting to hype up the Lakers. So don't be surprised if he would want opt out of his contract and come play for the Lakers, but that would be at a maybe slightly reduced amount, like a 25 million or something a year deal, and come get himself some rings. And if that happens, LeBron in the next 2 years should take a slide. I don't think LeBron should be the best player in the league in the next 2 years. Maybe next year, yes, but in the next 2 years, I don't think LeBron should be at Anthony Davis would have surpassed him. And if that happens, it's going to be Anthony Davis, Giannis, and then LeBron predominantly the point guard. And that is 2 more rings.
Yeah, that's going to be with Giannis.
So if you don't take care, it's going to be a sick
combination.
Exactly. And LeBron could end up with 7 rings.
Let's see. You know, I feel also that the Clippers and the Nets have a chance. The Nets, remember, man, I think people forget who Kyrie Irving is. Kyrie Irving is a dangerous guy. He's deadly. He is super deadly. You know, I don't care which defense you're playing. Kyrie Irving would dance around you. He's going to beat you. He's going to dribble you. He's going to disgrace you. And I feel that people for the past seasons, because he wasn't doing well with the Boston Celtics and they didn't go far and stuff like that. People may have been underrated, but I remember the Kyrie from Cleveland, man, the championship winning Kyrie. He was unstoppable, and I think he's still that guy. And he teaming up with Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant's another unstoppable man. He's unplayable. He's another serious scorer, and two of them coming back together, I think they're gonna be a very deadly combo, provided they're healthy, because they have good shooters around them. They have Spencer. They have good bigs in their team. And also another team is the Clippers. I think this guy is gonna come back. What's his name again? It escapes my mind. The Clippers big star. Remind me, the Clippers.
Kawhi Leonard?
Kawhi, yes, Kawhi. He's just his name. Kawhi is gonna come back. I think they have made a lot of mistakes in the past. Last season, I think they had like chemistry issues. They were fighting. They had him having some misunderstanding, and that's why they shipped out Montrezl. You know, because according to reports, he was the one, you know, causing some troubles in the locker room. And now,
let's see.
They're gonna push.
Last week we spoke about this, right? But let's analyze it this way. In fact, let me go back to the Nets, right? The Nets have a solid team. Don't forget Spencer Dinwiddie. Don't forget Harris. Don't forget those guys. They can play.
Sure.
If KD is as explosive as he was before his Achilles injury, right, then Nets have no problem in the East. You get it? They'll have no problem in the East. You get it? So let's hope for that. Going to the Clippers, the chemistry issue, I don't know if it has been solved yet. Because now the Clippers fans are turning against Paul George because of his comments against Doc Rivers. Saying Doc Rivers didn't use him well. He was playing like more of a catch and shoot type guy, which according to him he wasn't comfortable with. Right? And that I think is baloney though. But his fans are actually, going against him. They have Lou Williams and Patrick Beverley. And per the report, it wasn't only Montreal's Harrell that had an issue with them having to give special professional treatment to their 2 stars. Sorry, they are two superstars, right? They still have Lou Williams to deal with. They still have Patrick Beverley to deal with. So maybe with this new coaching staff, Tyron Lue is a good coach. He knows how to deal with stars, handle stars and their egos, because we know what happened in 2016 with LeBron James, right? So if he's able to handle the dressing room well, then Clippers can have the push. So it's not about the players; it's about the dressing room. Once the Clippers team is able to sit down and then put their dressing room in order, then that's fine. And also with the Nets, Steve Nash. He's a new coach. He's a rookie coach. You know, in KD's podcast, he was like, they don't really need a coach.
That what Kyrie said. Kyrie.
No, I think it was KD. It was KD. Kyrie said. Yeah, I can check that again. Yeah. But whoever said it, that's straight, not sensible, not smart. You get it? Even the Golden State Warriors, with 4 future Hall of Famers, needed Steve Kerr to coach them. Even the greats Ginobili, Duncan, Tony Parker, and Kawhi Leonard, 4 future Hall of Famers, needed Popovich to coach them. Michael Jordan needed a coach. And you want to tell me the Nets don't need a coach? That doesn't make any sense to me. It's a kick-off for LeBron James again this season. Like,
I will see, because I feel that yes, the Lakers have a good squad, everything is put together, but the Clippers, the Nets, these two teams, I see them giving the Lakers a run for their money. I see them hurting, and let's not forget Luka Doncic. Luka.
Those are the teams I'm expecting to compete, and not see. We know what Mavericks is going to offer. We know what Denver is going to offer. We know what Celtics are going to offer. We know what Miami Heat is going to offer. We know what the Bucks are going to offer. We don't know what the Nets and the Clippers are going to offer.
Yeah, but the Clippers showed us a sign.
Let's handle what we can handle. Let's control what we can control, and let's speak to what we know of right now. Because the Clippers will look totally different this season.
Not so much.
The Nets are going to look very different. They will look very, very different, because now I don't think they're going to make the same mistake of load managing Kawhi like they did before. You get, because then the team needs chemistry. So now Kawhi has to play a lot more. And if his knees are going to hold up playing a lot more. Right now, Paul George has a chip on his shoulder. He has to be able to play above that. You get it? Above that weight. He has to be able to play above that, which he hasn't done.
Yeah.
You get it? Yesterday he was like, he wants to be a Clipper for life. I mean, so like he retires. That is up to him. That's okay. But then with the Clippers, we have to wait. Let the season start and let's see them gel before we can be able to make those predictions. Like last season we did.
Yeah.
And we're all wrong. You get it? And the next two, let's see how KD is going to be explosive enough. Because remember, Kyrie didn't also play most of last season.
He wasn't playing.
So let's see how they put to build chemistry with their new squad. Denver is going to come back. Michael Porter Jr. is going to come back a better player, a more grown player, right? A more grown player. Mavericks, Doncic, Porzingis. We know what they have already. You get it? Miami Heat. It's going to be. I mean, we know Miami Heat. It's going to be Miami Heat, and they're going to compete. Bucks got better. You get it? Bucks got better. Celtics expect Tatum and the other case to take a deeper, a next step role. You get test of development, a next step, and that is crazy in the East. So those are the people we know can happen. Like we know what to expect from. So let's wait with their Clippers and the Nets. Let's wait for the season to start. Then we can say, oh, okay, the chemistry is there. KD is as explosive as we expect him to be. Then we can bring them into the conversation. Because now even the Golden State Warriors, some way somehow, because you can't really put them there now. But well, they should be there.
I think they may make the playoff, but I don't know about winning because
winning. No, I mean winning. No one is winning against the Lakers this season. No, because see, the Lakers have their core back. You get it, and we know the Lakers when they play their core, and now they have other dogs in the team. So now you can't outbully the Lakers. You can't outskill the Lakers. You can probably outshoot them, but in the playoffs, when the game is slow and it's possession by possession, everything can quickly make adjustments. You get it? And that goes to the advantage of the Lakers.
But the Golden State Warriors had killer shooters. No matter who you are, how you plan, they were just gonna shoot the three against you. But unfortunately, plays out. So hopefully he's gonna get well soon. And But I feel the Clippers can with Ibaka. Ibaka. He's a no joke guy. You mess with him, he's gonna punch you, man. So
man, this is not what man. He's want to let him go fight big ball. And nobody play basketball.
I think Ibaka will be one of the. He's a good with his show. How hungry are you? I think he's a good team chemistry builder. And with him there, he's gonna be the guy to.
He's friends with Kawhi too, so
yeah, he's already friends with Kawhi, and we'll see how they go this season.
We have to just wait and let the season start, and I mean just in how many days? Less than 20 days, so.
And man, let's move to football. And now we have a Champions League. Real Madrid losing against Shakhtar. They lost by 2-0. What has happened to Real Madrid, man? It's getting disturbing for Real Madrid. Over the weekend, they had a draw, and this the Champions League, they lose. Man, and one problem for Real Madrid is Eden Hazard. He's not showing up. He's constantly getting injured. He was unstoppable for Chelsea. He was marvelous for Chelsea. I was looking forward to seeing Eden Hazard be on a bigger stage as Real Madrid, shining in the Champions League and winning laurels with Real Madrid. However, he just keeps getting injured, and I don't know. He's in a good weather, Spain, and with the sun there, I think the weather affects the body when it comes to the sport. But he's in good weather, and he just keeps getting injured and not consistent for them. And Real Madrid, it's just in shambles this season. What's your view on that?
It's just sad. It's just sad what's happened to Eden Hazard because he's a player I like personally. I'm a Chelsea fan, and he's one of the greatest players to play for Chelsea. He wasn't getting injured that often in Chelsea. I don't know what happened to him. He got an injury back in Spain. I don't know because the last 2 games he played, he was actually man of the match. So he played good. Even the game he got injured, he had I think he scored a goal or had an assist. I'm not too sure. And then had like a penalty claim. He was tackled on the knee side. And that's how come he got that injury. VR didn't bring back for a penalty, but I don't know why. But that's how come he got injured. So I don't know, I'm just finger crossed hoping Eden Hazard can come back stronger. Because I mean, it's not just about him getting healthy, it's about his mindset now, his mentality.
Yeah. But then injury affects.
It'll make, exactly. A player like Hazard will want to take a risk, will to dribble through tight spaces, that's his game. But then because of the injuries, if he's not spoken to or if he's not psychologically up there, he will try and be a bit hesitant, in trying to go through those kind of tiny spaces like he does. So I don't know, I'm just hoping for the best for him. And I mean, if it doesn't go well with Real Madrid, home sweet home. Come on to Chelsea, open house.
Yeah, because with Chelsea, I think he won everything except the Champions League. So he could come with the new guys. Man, Chelsea has a good squad. So with the new guys, he could maybe come back to win the Champions League. And Zidane is a bit worried. I could see that the Spanish media, the Real Madrid board, is getting on him for this lack of form in Real Madrid, and hopefully Real Madrid get back to their old self. But as of now, in their group, they also have a group with Inter Milan and Borussia Mönchengladbach. And can you believe it? Real Madrid and Inter Milan in this group are the bottom 2. So imagine Real Madrid playing the Europa League.
That will be something, right?
Yeah, that will be unheard of because they are one of the best teams in the world, and they are going to the Europa League because of this poor form, and it will be really, really bad for the team and their fans. So hopefully they can do well next week and qualify for the next round of the Champions League. And Inter Milan also, they won against Mönchengladbach, as I said, right now they are in the group with Real Madrid, and they won three goals to 2. Romelu Lukaku scoring 2 goals for them, and they are at the bottom of this group. So what do you think about Inter Milan and their chances to qualify into the next?
Well, Inter Milan has I think 5 points, and they are playing Shakhtar.
Yeah.
And Inter's at home.
Yeah.
So if Inter is able to win, I mean, if they get a draw, then they're out. But if Inter Milan is able to win against Shakhtar, which won't be easy, Inter Milan gets 8 points.
Yeah.
And then Real Madrid against Borussia Dortmund.
Mönchengladbach.
Right. So yes, against Mönchengladbach. They also just need a draw, because if Real Madrid gets a draw, Real Madrid has. No, a draw would not favor Real Madrid because they have -7 goals. No, they have 0 goals. So if they get a draw, Inter Milan has to win Shakhtar by more than 3 goals. By, let's say, maybe 3 goals to 0. Then Inter Milan will qualify.
Yeah.
But if Mönchengladbach beats Madrid, then that's it for Madrid.
So we'll
then Mönchengladbach also needs just a draw.
Yeah, they need just a draw and they will qualify.
Just a draw, Mönchengladbach. I think Mönchengladbach would actually qualify because they have 9 goals plus 9 goals. So and have 8 points already. So even if they lose, they have 8 points, right? And then maybe -2 goals something, so they have 7 goals.
So the prediction.
If Inter Milan wins, right? If Inter Milan wins by maybe 5 goals even, Inter Milan just has 8 points with just 3 goals. Mönchengladbach will have 7 goals. Inter Milan have just 3 goals. Yeah, so I think it's very Inter Milan's faith will lie in Mönchengladbach beating or getting a result against Real Madrid.
So we'll see how it goes in the next time they play. And Chelsea, man, Olivier Giroud, man,
My brother.
4 goals, man, 4 goals, man. It was a masterpiece from Olivier Giroud. I didn't expect him to score 4 goals, man. It was so beautiful. His goals were beautiful, and his last penalty, perfect. I think Olivier Giroud has given himself a chance, has made a statement to be picked in Chelsea. Do you think he's the best striker in Chelsea? Against Tammy Abraham, comparing him to Tammy Abraham, who started all the time, who do you think is better?
All the strikers in Chelsea have different qualities, right? The most physical of them is Olivier, right? And that's what Chelsea needs. We need the physique, right? So it depends on the game and it depends on the opposition, right? Timo Werner is very fast. So against some teams like Man City that play or Liverpool that play a very high defense line, you can play Timo Werner at the 9, right? To be able to run into space for the lobs. You get it. But look at how clinical Giroud is. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts today against the Leeds.
His finishing, man. His finishing. His finishing. It's out of this world, man. His finishing is so beautiful.
Right now, I think he's the most informed Chelsea striker now. But as him being the best, I don't know. But he's the most informed Chelsea striker right now. So,
yeah, the last time against
He can-
Rennes, he scored the winning goal in the 9 minutes of the game, and this time also
Exactly.
he scored 4 goals. So he has 5 goals already in 2 matches, and I'm really happy for him. He was thinking about leaving Chelsea. He was on the bench, wasn't happy and stuff like that, and now.
And that's because of the Euros, He wants a chance to play in the Euros.
Yeah.
So he needs playing time. So with him picking up this form, I'm sure he's going to play the last Champions League game against Krasnodar. He's going to start, hopefully, so that he can get some game time. I wouldn't mind seeing Timo Werner being benched on the left side of the attack and putting Pulisic there. Get it, and then Tammy Abraham starting, or Giroud starting, and one replacing the other. That's what I think Lampard will go with.
I think Chelsea has so many striking options. The option for strikers are mind blowing, man. I think Lampard made very good business this past season with all the Ziyech, Pulisic, Timo Werner, and Havertz. All the striking options, man. It's really beautiful, and looking forward. We will see, because Chelsea are in form, and hopefully they will go far in the Champions. They've already qualified to the next round, so I think they are going to meet, a second position team from another group, and we'll see how it goes. And Bayern Munich, they played against Atletico. They had a 1-1 draw. They used a very soft side to play this match. So both Bayern are already qualified, so it wasn't anything big for Bayern Munich. However, Atletico is yet to qualify. So, what are the chances for Atletico?
Well, it's not easy, but hopefully they should be able to qualify. I mean, we want to see Diego Simeone go high in the Champions League, So hopefully they should be able to win their last game and give them a good chance to qualify. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know, because this season they're able to score goals that much. It's either they play 1-0 or it's a draw, no goals. And even against that Bayern team, they weren't able to win.
The weekend Bayern.
It's not looking good for. Let's go Madrid, but let's see. Hopefully they should be able. I mean, I'm pulling for them. Hopefully they should be able to get a result. I mean, just go one step and we pair them with Chelsea, so Chelsea has an easy run to go to the quarterfinals or something.
Atletico can be stubborn, It could be stubborn. So
we have nothing
because there's no party.
So
we have
the parties in England, man.
The parties in England. We have Liverpool against Ajax. Liverpool won Ajax by 1-0. And nothing. I think it was expected. Ajax is a very good team, and
the group I'm interested in the most has to be Group H.
And
that's with Manchester United, PSG, and Leipzig.
Yeah.
They all have 9 points. That is crazy. Because now the next game is going to be PSG versus Istanbul. So most likely PSG is going to win and go to 12 points. The next game is Manchester United away to Leipzig. So if Manchester United gets a draw, they will be able to qualify. But then they are going to Leipzig's home. And Leipzig needs a result.
And the fans are going to be there.
Exactly. So if Leipzig wins, I mean, with all Manchester United did by going to beat PSG up here at away to PSG.
But they lost this. They lost this past week. With Neymar scoring 2 goals. Good performance from Neymar. So hopefully, it was a good performance.
Last week's game against PSG was just. I don't know if it's bad luck or what. Man, Martial had so many glaring opportunities to bury the game and he didn't take it. So, man, they have themselves to blame.
We'll see. But I think PSG did very well. Neymar had to show up because PSG are one of the teams who need the Champions League. They really want to win it. Last season, they ended up in the final against Bayern Munich, and they lost 1-0. And they are trying to go again because they've won the French league, they've won everything in France, and their aim, the reason why they bought Neymar, the reason why they are spending hundreds of millions of euros, is to win the Champions League. So hopefully they are gonna make progress this season. It's really sad for PSG because they keep trying and failing, and hopefully the season will be their lucky season.
How long did it take Chelsea? How long did it take Chelsea to win?
It took Chelsea many years. Chelsea
exactly. Even after that, it took so much money to Chelsea. Yeah. It took about 8 years. 8 years.
Or maybe 10 years.
9 years. Because it's 2003 to 2012. That's 9 years. Yeah. So
it was very hard for Chelsea
to win Europe.
Yeah. And it was a very difficult one. You know, I remember against Bayern Munich, also the same Bayern Munich in Allianz Arena, and the drama. You know, that
game was crazy. The last penalty, Peter Cech, was crazy.
Yeah, it was one of the best finals. It was one of the best. Peter Cech saving the.
I mean, it just felt like the gods of football just said, okay, so now Chelsea's time a little bit more.
It was just a lucky day for Chelsea. Trust me.
Chelsea win?
Burnley, Everton.
Draw?
West Ham, Manchester United.
West Ham?
Fulham versus City.
Draw?
Tottenham versus Arsenal.
Arsenal.
I take Tottenham because Tottenham has a better form.
I know. I'm just using my instinct. Tottenham is on form, but Arsenal, Tottenham, that derby, anything can happen. So,
and Liverpool
is backing. So I'll go with Arsenal.
Liverpool versus Wolves.
Liverpool.
And Bayern Munich versus RB Leipzig.
Game of the weekend. Bayern, because I mean they have a more rested squad.
Yes, true. So I choose Bayern too. Sevilla versus Real Madrid.
Sevilla.
Yeah, I also choose Real Madrid. I think Sevilla lost 4-0. I think they'll lose more. And finally, Cadiz versus Barcelona.
Barcelona.
And who do you think will win the EPL? Quick prediction.
Man, I hope it's Chelsea.
I think Chelsea too. But Tottenham has good form, so we will see, man.
I'm always a winner, no doubt. So
yeah. We've come to the end, man. So have a wonderful week, and guys, thank you for watching our podcast. And please like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed this podcast. And ciao, man.
As usual, your comments are welcome.
Feedback.
Give us a feedback on how to improve it. And then going forward, it will just not be about sports. We'll have topics on life skills, on life, entertainment. You know, hey, happy belated birthday, Jay-Z.
Happy belated. And the elections are coming in Ghana. What are your message for your Ghanaians?
Looking at the post-war, please, Ghana. That's all we have.
Peace.
Ghana is all we have.
Yeah, one piece, Ghana.
If we are broke, Ghana is all we have. So let's maintain the peace. Yeah. Let's continue to be the envy of Africa.
Yeah.
We have only one Ghana, so let's maintain the peace and let peace reign in Ghana. Yeah. For who's going to win, I think it's just one clear favorite now. But hopefully, I don't want to predict who's going to win, though, but I think that current party in power is going to win it again, and let's see how it goes. But hopefully, peace. I mean, I don't care who wins, but let there be peace in Ghana. I want to come back home to be able to go eat my food, come back home and to be able to, go see family and friends home. So please, Ghanaians, let's maintain the peace, all right? Please. Thank you.
Okay. Ciao.
One time, my brother.
Bye-bye.